Welcome everyone to Melody of the Maelstrom, where a bunch of real-life bards play Dungeons and Dragons. Before we roll the starting titles, we do have a few sponsors that we need to shout out, and I rolled myself today, so I get to read them normally. Thank you to our first sponsor, D&D Beyond. Do you want to have all your resources conveniently in one place and hate math? Look no further. D&D Beyond has all of the digital resources you could possibly need, including books, dice, and the ability to homebrew to your heart's content. Our second sponsor is FX May Vary, an awesome band from Newmarket, Ontario, who specialize in making sure you always have your daily prescription for hard rock. Be sure to check out their music on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you're most comfortable listening to your favorite tunes, and to follow their Facebook and other socials for show dates and announcements. Their newest song, Torn, was just voted as one of the top 21 independent songs of 2024 by XRP Radio, and is available to stream wherever you prefer listening to music. Remember, as always, individual effects may vary. There's also our Patreon, where we have a tier for every level of generosity. One includes being shouted out at the end of all Dire Bear games, and another includes voice acting lessons with one of the talented players in our network. I was so close. In our network of games. Finally, we have merch. Do you want a sweater, a shirt, or maybe even a mouse pad with that awesome Dire Bear logo? Be sure to check out the Pride section of our merch store as well. Even though it's not yet Rainbow Month, we will always show our colors. We also have t-shirts, sweaters, and sweatpants, stickers, and tank tops. So go ahead and check out our merch page where you can find whatever it is your heart desires. Go ahead and roll those credits. Hello everyone, me again. So the last we left off, the party found one of the instruments of fate underneath this very large tree in the middle of the city. And after collecting it, they went up back into the church and immediately got attacked by a lightning monstrosity that, kind of kicked their asses a little bit.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. So after that, the party left the city because they were like, yeah, we're done with this, and headed towards the coast because they decided that traveling along the coast was the absolute best idea, and found a boat that was just kind of washed up onto the shore, and inside that boat they found a surprisingly friendly harpy named Foot, who was just protecting her eggs and invited them all to a wonderful raw tuna dinner. Yeah, that's
fun.
what happens.
We cooked it. She was mad.
She was mad.
Yes, to her horror.
I think she was more mad that you didn't want to have a rendezvous.
We're gonna have an adult sleepover.
That's right. I forgot about that. Oh boy. Yeah. I forgot that she was like a bird lady that sounded like a Curb Your Enthusiasm character.
We're gonna have an adult sleepover. We're gonna watch a movie, adult.
With that in mind, it's now a bad time to remind you that you asked for an RP heavy session.
Who asked for that?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So what is the status? I think I know Fidget and Barenthazar went and looked around the ship and looted some drawers and things.
Yep.
And I think we were all kind of settling down for the evening.
We were waiting some fishmen come shore at night.
That's
yes.
So
The fishy fellas.
wanted to check
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah, and we had determined that they were most likely Sahagin based on like their kind of raiding tendencies.
Right.
Yeah.
And or Kuatoa, I believe.
Could be Kuatoa, but they tend to be a little friendlier.
Hmm.
I think that was what we were told last time.
Friendlier to harpies, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe we should use some rare diplomacy for once. Although I don't speak their tongue, I'm sure.
I got your diplomacy right here.
Here, let me give it a try. Does that
No,
sound
your
fishy enough?
Your
You just
accent.
insulted their ancestors.
Wait, I understood that.
I'm afraid I won't be much help in this diplomacy.
I don't think any of us will be much help.
Perhaps the spell users can speak in languages.
Rendell, you spent much time at sea. Are you familiar with the languages of any of its denizens?
No. Generally, the language we would use for them is lightning.
Ah, yes. Reasonable indeed.
By the gods.
Well, if we do decide to take a rest here in the shelter of the boat, I will keep the first watch and notify you if I see any of these fish fellows.
Oh, I totally thought you all were staying over. I was like fluffing up the nest so that you all could.
Oh, no, we wouldn't want to intrude upon your nest. I'm a fairly anxious sleeper. I might roll over an egg by accident. Wouldn't want
Oh,
to
no,
do
yeah,
that.
that would be unfortunate.
Indeed. No, we have our own bedrolls. We can lay them out over here.
Yeah, treat this area of the boat kind of like a china shop.
Rob it blind.
Wait, no, what?
Nothing.
Keep
What?
the bull out of it.
No, yeah, that's nice.
Oh.
It's kind of a funny.
Oh.
You set it up, and I still had to make my own cow joke.
I volleyed it up. I was just kind of watching it fall. Like, no one really. Wow. No one's gonna get that. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't
was.
see species.
I crane my neck and look down at you and say, "Thank you for your respect." The sound probably takes a little while to travel that far.
You don't see species, but he certainly does. You want
Well,
uppies?
so many of them are so far down there, I have to actively keep an eye out for them, or I step on them.
Shoo.
All right, well, I'll probably take second watch, but I'm going to get some rest.
Well, maybe we should do 2 people watches. Since we're expecting.
Sure.
Very
That makes sense.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Domino, would you like to join me?
Let's do it.
All right, so we'll go and. I assume it's like the boat's beached on the shore, and I assume there's like a couple of big holes in the hull that we can kind of sit at and watch.
Yeah, there's a hole in the front of the ship that looks like something took a fairly large bite out of it.
Okay, so yeah, we'll sit in that hole.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Oh, 20.
Also 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, we're on fire.
At least you guys are consistent. Okay, so as the sun begins to set, and with the dark clouds, there's a moment where it's actually kind of beautiful. Because just as the sun dips below the horizon, it colors all of these clouds with tinges of orange and pinks and reds before it dips below the horizon and it's gone.
That,
And
Domino, that beautiful sight is the world we're fighting to preserve.
You're the most honorable Minotaur I've ever known.
And you're not half bad for an elf. But, no, that's,
A rare
Rude.
moment, a rare moment of tranquility in a troubled world.
you know, if an honorable Minotaur wanted to cuddle,
I'm terribly sorry, ma'am, but I'm afraid I would not be such good company.
I'm just saying, you know, we'd probably be compatible because you're like, you know, just putting it out there. You know, I'm just putting it down. Okay, you can pick it up if you want to. If you don't want to, it's okay. You know, I'll just be over here sitting on my eggs.
Will you...
Continue your conversation. I'm sorry. Also, everybody go back to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I look out there and
Uh,
say, you know, I'd almost forgotten what a sunset looked like. All of these storm clouds that we've been venturing under. It's been quite
Indeed.
immiserating.
And yet there's glimmers of hope in the world, like our host. Who'd have thought that she would be such a interesting and benevolent creature?
Oh yeah, a good reward would be letting her be a little spoon. I'm just saying.
You fancy her, don't you?
Why do you keep waking up? Go back to sleep.
Hey, Rendell, do you have a silence spell?
Actually,
Everybody's on watch.
yeah, I do.
Can you cast it at like the highest level, please?
I'm just saying, I could be the small spoon, right? And you could be the big spoon.
That's a really big spoon.
That's
And
like a
again,
ladle.
I'm just
But-
putting it out there. You don't have to pick it up. I'm just putting it down, you know.
Oh, I don't think he's picking it up.
Gazing back out towards the sea. And
I would rather fucking die. Thank you.
gazing back out towards the sea and gently soliciting from the dungeon master the rest of the description she was going to give when I got caught up on that sunset.
So yeah, I was gonna juxtapose that description with, and the moment the sun dips below the horizon, all you see are black, roiling clouds and just endless white-capped waves.
Mm.
Well,
I'm wondering if we
Seems-
could
mhm.
repair the boat. If these waves, we could be coming in the high tide.
I look around the edges of the hole for what was described as remarkably bite-like, and try to ascertain if, I don't know, maybe something big is in the water nearby.
What the hell would we use?
Nature, survival, maybe?
Nature.
Nature? Oh, I couldn't use survival?
Nope.
Okay. Ooh, an 18!
Okay. So it doesn't, like, whatever bit a chunk out of this didn't have teeth per se, but it was something very large and with an incredible amount of bite power.
Unfortunately, Domino, I don't even know where we would begin repairing this, let alone shoring it up against whatever bit this hole out of the boat in the first place.
We may be in for a rocky ride.
Personally, I feel more comfortable on foot for as long as possible. Or at least
maybe we
horseback.
should wake. Maybe we should wake the others to get them prepared. Well,
Very
let's see
likely.
how the waves approach. Let's see if the waves start touching the boat.
We'll just watch the waves for a minute then.
Okay.
As the tide starts to come in over the course of our watch, like, was it already kind of at high tide, or was it low tide? Like, how close is it getting? Does it get to the boat?
I'm pretty sure high tide happens at night. And then low tide happens in the morning. Chat, go ahead and at me if I'm wrong.
So I was under the impression that it
It's your
cycled high to
world.
low.
It's controlled by the moon, right? So it's like when the moon is out, the tide is high, and when the moon is gone, the tide is. I don't know. I don't actually know.
I was under the impression that it was
But
twice a
Domino's
day.
right. That's how it works on Earth. But
Yeah.
that's just because of the particulars of our situation. So you could do whatever you want. We could have 5 suns.
Yeah, I know.
They're
But
all
I'm pretty
hidden.
sure I've described one singular sun and one singular moon, so I can't really go back on that now. Oh my God,
Okay.
there's 3. Unfortunately, I can't really go back on that now.
Well, maybe 2 of them are just hiding behind the first one.
Playing peekaboo. Just
Long orbit.
peekamoon. Okay, so the tide does begin to rise, but just kind of it doesn't. It stops maybe about a foot away from the base of the boat.
Well, we could try and get it seaworthy again, but I must confess, I don't think we'll have the best luck.
Well, also, what would we do about my eggs? Also, hi. Does anybody mind if I just I couldn't really sleep, so I just wanted to.
So, I mean, do
If
we
it'll
want
shut
to
you
take a
up.
boat ride?
I just stand up, grab her by the scruff of the neck, and say, I believe they said there were quarters upstairs.
Joke's on you, I'm into this. What?
And I take her upstairs and say, wake the next shift.
Your lord.
And I'll be rolling my performance check with strength.
Wow. Spicy.
That's a nat 20.
Give her the best cuddles she's ever had.
Oh yeah, it's cuddles.
Because she's never been cuddled before. So these are literally the best cuddles that she's ever had and probably ever will have.
Nice.
Eventually.
Very good. Very good.
There's one point where she like kind of snuggles up to you and just goes,
And
Yes,
Bovinius is just like, finally, silence.
this is super nice. They just wanted to thank you.
Hand over mouth.
I just want to say for everybody in chat, I want you to know this was technically not consensual because he was forced into this.
I was. Coerced.
She wore him down. But because it's fantasy, we'll allow it.
We stand with all victims.
It's cuddles, guys. Jesus Christ.
Not with a nat 20.
So you say.
I described them as cuddles. Oh my God.
With an Nat 20 performance, he's faking something.
The boats are rocking.
All right, second watch.
So we're about to get canceled. It's been a nice run.
You think?
No. I put the adult-only toggle on.
Right.
Okay. We want to remind everybody that we're sponsored by D&D Beyond.
Dude, Critical Role has done so much worse.
Yeah.
I'll take second watch.
Yeah, I'll also take second watch.
Just
So-
like a fish. You couldn't sleep either, eh?
Yeah, I'm just rubbing my grainy eyes, just like I don't want
I don't want to talk about.
to.
From upstairs, thump, thump, thump. Moo!
That's not what cuddles sound like.
He's faking it.
Roll insight. You gotta beat a nat 20.
That's not how that works. You know, fuck it. We're just gonna stop. Please, guys, take your fucking watch.
Thank you.
What?
All right. Yeah, I check the area out. If everything's clear, I stealth and go up to watch Bovidius and what's her face?
Dear Lord.
I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
Let me remind you, the person who coerced me into this was named Foot.
Foot. That's right. Yeah, no, I'll just.
Said anything other than cuddles. Cuddles.
So yeah, we're on watch.
It leads to forking.
He's just gonna leave a cuddle puddle. It's fine.
Venus
Let me know
left.
when you don't want to be adults, okay?
I think we're being very adult.
I think that's oh.
Okay, we're on watch.
Roll me a perception check.
All right.
Oof.
That's an 8.
What did you roll, Parenthesar?
I rolled a 10. Can you guys hear me?
Whatever you when you
Little bit.
initially said it, you cut out, but we can hear you most of the time.
Okay.
So I'm having trouble noticing anything. I must be distracted by something. But
There's one singular crab that is just kind of walking across the sand. Just like it occasionally stops and like will pick up a rock or something and like taste it and then put it back down and just kind of and just like make
Crab
it
walk all the way.
Yeah, crabs walks a little bit and then it frustrates you because it doesn't actually like really traverse anywhere. It, like walks a little bit and then walks backwards and then kind of walks over here and then walks and then digs a little bit and then walks over here and then walks towards the boat a little bit and then stops and kind of flips over a clam, just kind of like investigates the side of it, does a little circle, kind of buries itself in the sand a little bit, decides it doesn't want to do that, then gets up.
does an 11 hit?
Yes.
Okay, I kill it. I want shellfish. I'm hungry.
Oh, a little more, and you could have a cocktail.
Mm-hmm. I like crab. It's tasty.
Insert your joke here. All right.
What?
Nothing. We're all adults here. All right. So, yeah, you murder this crab. You cut it right in half.
Nice.
It dies a quick and rather painless death.
Awesome.
For the
I like
record,
that.
Bovidius only used the first, not the tail.
I'm gonna ignore you now.
Okay. Yeah, I want to investigate that, but I'll wait till later. I climb down to grab the crab and hop back up, get back in position, and
Okay.
I just kind of use one of the knives that I have in my pack, one of the 14 knives that I picked up over the course of our journey, and like pry open the shell and start cleaning it and preparing it for cooking.
Okay. It seems like a pretty normal crab.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's a breath of fresh air. I'm not gonna lie.
So you start like preparing this crab, and you look up, and there's another crab. It just kind of walks a little bit this way, Walks a little bit that way. Goes and investigates the clam. The other one flipped over.
I look at it, and I look
Goes-
down at the one that's in my
Buries
lap.
Stand a little bit. Decides it doesn't want to do that. Gets back up. Kind of walks over here.
I just look at him. You want me to hold that one while you get the other one?
I got 2 hands.
Okay.
An 18 should hit.
You definitely.
Yeah, okay. Stab that one too.
Okay.
This is turning out to be a pretty decent night, so I grab that crab.
I'm bored. Pew 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 pew.
It's like the owls that I used to stab back home.
We're over that. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I go get the crab, climb back up, continue cleaning.
Okay.
I got a nice little collection of crab meat going on now.
Mm-hmm. So you start preparing that crab, and you see something moving on just the edge of the periphery of your vision.
Okay, I glance over.
There's another crab.
Do you want me to get that one?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Eldritch Miss.
Jump. What?
Eldritch Miss.
Eldritch Blast, yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
19.
Yep. You
It
explode. You explode. It's just 1 second it's there, like tasting a piece of sand, and the next second there's pieces of shell everywhere, and just like a little crater in the sand.
Sorry.
Hey man. I mean, it's
Some time.
pre-cooked.
And
It's
that's when you,
pre-cooked. Do your thing.
that's when you hear a voice. What was that?
Huh?
What was that? Well, I don't know. Go over and look. Well, okay, but like, I asked you what it was in case you saw what it was. Because if you know what it was, then I don't have to go over and look. If you saw what happened, just go over there and look. Well, okay, listen, I understand that you're in charge for now, but if you saw what happened and you could just tell me instead of sending me over there to investigate, this conversation would already be over. You know,
I try to
I
look.
don't like
Look.
you questioning my authority. I really don't. Can you please, for the love of Maglubia, just go over there and investigate. Okay, I'm gonna do it, but not because you told me to. Because I wanted to. And you see this stout little fish person. So like this fully fishy head, these big bulbous eyes with these slit pupils, this little mouth full of sharp little teeth, carrying this tiny little spear and these little 3-toed fishy feet. Just kind of waddles up the beach and like goes towards the crab that you splattered on the sand, and just kind of pokes one of the pieces of shell with the spear. And then it immediately turns around and looks past like the side of the boat that you can't see.
It says, honestly, I have no idea. Like,
I look fidget like. Shh. What happened?
I just lean over the boat. Kind of just watch this for a few minutes.
okay, well, if nothing happened, then get back over here and we'll just continue walking. It's like, well, if nothing happened and you knew nothing happened, why would...
And he just like stomps back through the sand. He's like,
This is stupid. Why are you in charge? I'm in charge because I have the bigger spear. Well, yeah, that's arbitrary though. You were just given a bigger spear.
I
Well,
fight
yeah.
fear, yell out. It's not the size of the spirit. What you doing with it?
Hey,
Well,
Brent,
Let's
wait.
ask our Minotaur.
both of the voices go quiet.
Okay. What was that?
hey, Brenthasar?
Yeah.
Ovidius is distracted right now. Get his spear.
All right. I get up.
It's
What do you
probably
think?
leaning right next to you.
I go
You
to
could
get the
wield
help.
them like gods.
My halberd is probably leaning right next to you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Grab it.
Okay. Yeah, he can grab. I can't fucking lift the damn thing.
Well, I'm just as big as he is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I lift it and I go and sit back down while holding it.
Hello?
So, dude.
What does that mean? I don't know. It must be some sort of code. Okay, but what does the code mean? Well, I don't. Obviously, they're speaking the same language as us, but it's just in some sort of tongue that we don't understand. Okay.
What to do?
Again, I don't understand, but it seems like it's trying to communicate with us. Okay, so what do we do? Obviously, we talk back. We don't want to be rude. Oh, okay. Hello? Hi.
Hi.
You see these two little fish people kind of just come out and like they've got their little heads and their little spears and they're holding their little spears.
Just sitting there holding the halberd.
And then they catch sight of you and then they both stop. And the one just kind of like,
What the fuck is that? And the other one's like, I don't know.
This is your new master.
Who said that?
Tallest spear. Right?
What?
He has the tallest spear.
That's not a spear.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Excuse me.
What attitude it is?
It's for sure a spear.
No, it's not.
Wow. Wow. You don't even follow your own rules? That's... Hey, man. Hey, man. He doesn't even care about the rules. He's just bossing you around. I don't think that's fair.
What? That's not true. And he's like, hey, I have the bigger spear. That's not a spear, but this one is. And it's bigger, and you have to listen to me. Well, yeah, but again, as I said, that's arbitrary. They just gave you a bigger spear. And it's like, well, yeah, well, I always ran at rock, paper, scissors, so... Bleh.
You should do it now with witnesses. That way we can guarantee your authority, right?
No.
I'm just trying to help.
how the fuck do I play rock, paper, scissors with myself?
Contested roll.
Okay.
Nice.
No, yeah, no, we can totally do. Hold on. Okay, we can do this. Okay. Yeah.
So the one with the bigger spear.
It's like, okay, so on shoot, okay, because you always throw on scissors. I swear to, if you throw on scissors, you just automatically lose. Okay. So throw on shoot. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Got it? No, yeah, I totally got it. We played this before. He's like, yeah, but you always throw on scissors. So I just want to make sure that you understand how this game works. And he's like, absolutely, I understand. So like,
Oh,
we should.
why don't I call it? And that way it's completely fair.
Okay.
Okay. On
Why
shoot.
are you listening to him? He doesn't have a big spear. I'm like, well, he's pretty reasonable. You're supposed to listen to me. I have the bigger spear. And it's like, we're actually deciding right now whether or not I should listen to you because you have a bigger spear. It's like, yeah, but until we decide that, you have to listen to me because I have the bigger spear. He's like, again, it's our
Why does it? How does that work? Just because you have the bigger spear?
because I said so.
I mean, if I come down there and squash you, doesn't matter if you have the bigger spear.
Well, no, then he'd get the bigger spear, and whoever comes next would get that spear. Like, he'd have that spear, and then he'd be able to boss somebody else around because he has a bigger spear than somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
True.
But he could just kill you and take your spear.
He could, and then he deserves my spear.
Huh.
Like, you never said that I could do that. And I was like, yeah, because you're stupid, and you're obviously not going to do that. It's like, I'm not stupid.
I mean, yeah, are you going to take him calling you stupid?
Well, I mean, I didn't think of that. So, honestly,
That doesn't mean you're stupid. That just means you didn't think yet.
yeah, that just kind of tracks, honestly. Because, like, I didn't even think about taking a spear from him. And he's like, yeah, that's because You're stupid.
I mean, you should totally take a spear from him right now.
No, because I am small and my spear is small, and
Yeah,
we were gonna play rock paper scissors.
if you're smaller, then you're quicker. He's got a bigger, heavier spear.
Don't even fucking think about it, man. That's what he said.
I'm just saying. He might not be able to get ready, but he's just afraid that you're gonna take his spear. That's why he's telling you, don't think about it. You should totally think about it.
Listen, I know I'm the only guy here without a spear, but I'm looking at this and I'm seeing some poor leadership qualities. So even if you have the longer spear, I just think, you're disrespecting your the people you're responsible for. This is just, we would never stand for this in our crew.
Because he has a smaller spear.
Well, what if he's
Smaller
better
spear, smaller voice.
than that? No, that's not how that works.
That's absolutely how that works.
As a
I look at
fellow
the-
little person,
Take his
I
spear.
take personal offense to this.
Okay. So go get a spear, and then you can tell us what to do.
I hop down into the sand, and I start advancing.
Okay, we're gonna play rock paper scissors, right? Right?
Sure.
Right?
Is that what you want to do?
No, yeah, that's what we were about to do. He's like, well, yeah,
Oh, okay.
he said we were going.
Cool. Yeah. You calm down pretty quick. I don't even have a spear. What's the problem?
I don't like your vibe.
Yeah. Oh, that's mutual.
You're feeling like, really kind of aggressive right now, and I'm not about
I
that.
think you should play the rock paper scissors.
We were
and
about to. He said he was gonna call it. He's like, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I'll call it if you're ready.
yeah.
All right. On shoot. Ready?
I am so ready. I am so ready.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Shit! No, we can do it again. Hold on. Sorry. 1 second.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Why didn't you go?
Shoot.
What? Because you didn't say it yet, you idiot. I told you, you stupid. He's like, what? This is... Listen, I don't want to play this stupid game anymore. He has the bigger spear. Whatever. Yeah, I do have the bigger spear.
I don't think you could take him. I'm on your side.
You should listen to him. He has a giant spear.
That's not a spear.
Yeah, you're not in
Again.
charge of us, so we get to decide what's a spear.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
That's arbitrary.
It's also totally a spear.
Do you hear that? I looked at the guy with the smaller spear. I'm like, do you hear that? It's arbitrary.
You're busy.
That's not in character. That's just me being like, you know what a halberd is, right? It's a spear
I do.
with a little bitty axe head on it.
It's throwing them off. Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, a spear is a stick with a point. That's not a stick with a point. That's not a stick.
It's actually more stick and more point than it is axe head.
These are fish people with an IQ of 2. Okay?
Oh, I know. I'm loving it.
So one has an intelligence of 2 and one has an intelligence of 2.5. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or they have
I love
one
that.
brain cell and it's fighting for second place
Right.
between them.
Right.
So yeah, that's not a stick. I don't.
I mean, it seems rather stick-like, and I hold it.
No,
I
it's
hold
not a
the-
stick,
the
Hudson,
point
it's not
right
a spear.
here.
A spear is a stick with a point, and yours is a stick with a point and an extra thing. That's not a.
But if I hurl it at you like a spear and it sticks in you,
That
is
doesn't
it
make it
not
a spear. If I throw a rock at you, does that make it a cannonball?
I mean, it depends how hard you throw it.
Is it in a
Fire it
cannon?
out of a cannon.
Wait. If it has enough velocity, he's like, shut up.
He's not wrong.
And if it's nice and smooth and like it could totally be. And he's like, I swear to God, Creek, shut up.
We have a name.
So, guys, what are your names?
Oh, my name's Creek.
Hi, Creek.
I don't trust you with my name. I don't trust you at all.
That's okay. I was thinking about hurling a boulder at you and calling it a cannonball.
I'm going to call you Jerk.
Okay.
Yeah, because
You're
you're
a jerk.
Creek.
I'm in charge.
It doesn't
You don't have to be a jerk to be in charge. Listen, I'm not in charge, and I'm a jerk all the time. So they're not. They
and
don't.
can
Oh, really? You're in charge and you're not being a jerk right now? Really?
No, I'm not in charge.
Maybe you should take several steps back.
I'm
And
never
look-
in charge, and I'm always a jerk. So
Okay.
they don't have to go
Yeah,
hand in hand.
I'm just saying you're pot kettle.
Yeah. No, I'm fine
I
with
mean-
being a jerk.
water and boiled.
So why you insist? What? You are kind of being a jerk.
All right. So I don't like people stepping on my territory. I'm the token jerk, and you're being mean. And so to like balance the scales of justice, I have to step in whenever somebody else is being a jerk and
Okay.
out jerk them. So that's
Yeah.
what I've been doing.
Ah, I know for a fact that this is foot spoke. So.
Yeah. What's funny about that?
Because this isn't your territory. This is her boat. This is her boat.
Yeah.
We are friends with Foot.
Oh, you guys are friends with Foot?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh.
Why?
No reason.
Are you here to harm Foot?
No. No.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just
That's
looking
11.
at him, slowly turning the wind lance in my hand to make it more like I'm gonna hurl it.
So what'd you roll?
An 11.
Okay. He's not here to hurt Foot physically.
So I'm gonna ask a question. Are you here to steal her eggs?
No. I would never. We would never dream about what harpy eggs taste like ever.
Oh, not at all.
No. Foots
That
are
was
funny.
the towel right there.
What?
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 I glance backward to see if there's anything coming. See if there's anything near the egg.
Roll me a perception check.
Glad. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna roll it on Beyond because.
Because I don't trust Charlotte right now. And I want to make sure that it's as random as possible.
$14.
There's only the two of them. There's nothing else. There's nothing else next to the eggs. Nothing got past you guys.
Okay. Oh well, yeah. This is.
These two were openly having a conversation before you even saw them.
Yeah, I don't think these are master thieves we're dealing with right now.
It's not master thieves here.
So I'm gonna roll an insight to see if see if they're lying about trying to steal. What
Yeah,
egg?
go for it.
Yeah, I think you'd succeed on a 3.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
so
you
fun
like
in that one.
What's that? You cut out, sorry, man.
Cut out.
11.
Okay. Yeah, no. They're absolutely lying.
Call them out. You guys are lying.
No, we're not. No. What?
I read an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, hey.
You can either leave now with your lives, or I will explode one of you.
I surrender. He's like, no, creep, you can't. We talked about this. You can't immediately surrender every time. I mean, he's got. You saw what happened to that crab? And he's like, yeah, I did. And he's like, I knew you saw what happened to the crab.
What's it going to be, boys?
Uh,
So I have it. Here's a stipulation. If I find out from Foot that you ever returned and tried to steal her egg, I will come looking for you.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Where is it? 17.
fine. We will
By
go,
God.
but not because we wanted to. Not because because you're scared of shitless. Because you're scared.
Bye, Peak.
Okay, it was
You were nice.
Bye, jerk.
I just launched one right in front of him.
You got the bigger.
Not
That was rude. We're going. We're going. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Hakuta or tatas. Okay, we're going.
And both of them just walk into the ocean.
So, what were they? Were they Kuatoa or?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were Kuatoa.
Okay.
If they had been Sahagwin, they would have just attacked us.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, aren't Sahagin like undead or something?
So as
I'm
those
not
two
sure they are.
wander back into the ocean, because I am a dumbass and chose two voices that absolutely destroy my vocal cords, we're gonna take a break so that I can grab some water. So we'll see you guys back here in a few minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. After the two sassy little Kuatoa wandered back into the ocean, that's exactly where we left off before the break.
I'm hungry. I want shellfish. I climb back up, and our watch is... How much longer do we have on watch?
About an hour.
Okay.
It's surprising that that didn't wake anybody else up.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't Rendell cast silence over the sleeping area?
No, and it only lasts 10 minutes, anyways. But Randall is also a very heavy sleeper.
Mm.
Yeah, he's slept through multiple fights so far.
Tired.
No, just it's just funny. There's a couple times where he's like, what's happening?" And we're in the middle of a fight. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna prepare the crab and get ready to cook it when I get off my watch.
Okay. You have to make sure that you share, otherwise you might be seen as shellfish.
Wow.
No.
I'm glad
Only
we
a
took
little.
time for that.
Emotional damage.
I think I need everybody in the chat to justify that pun, really, or tell me what shit. Either way, it's gonna fuel me either way.
Yes. Give us a wall of gifts.
Okay. I passed the con save for that joke. And the other
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
I'm just
You're
preparing crab.
shellfish. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what Brenton starts doing.
I'm just watching the ocean.
So yeah, you guys can just hear the sound of the waves just kind of crashing against the shore. In any other context, this would probably be relaxing if it wasn't punctuated by the rumble of thunder.
Another storm.
There we go.
Well, it was nice while it lasted. Which direction are we headed? Next.
Swear to God, if somebody says Weast.
Genuinely, I think we were walking east along the coast.
Yeah. Which way is the wind blowing?
The wind is blowing in from the ocean, so from the south.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Also, I saw that noble cockroach. I saw that. I see you.
Well, eventually we're gonna have to do something. I don't think a ship is gonna do us any favors as long as the storms are in control of our nemesis.
Yeah.
So we need horses.
We should see if we can find some in the morning.
Yeah. Maybe Foot can help us out. She has a higher vantage.
It's true.
And she definitely owes Bovidius now.
I'm sure that's the moment where you guys are.
Damn.
Squonk.
Round
Just
two,
hear-
fight!
Finish her.
All right.
Again, I'm tired. That's why I rolled the con save.
No, No, you rolled it for the pun. All right.
All right, I'll roll another one.
Ovidius wins. Animality.
Flawless victory.
It was.
All right. Okay, so the rest of your watch passes
Mhm.
for the most part.
Yeah, and then I go wake up Rendell. Is Nyx going to join him?
Probably.
Okay.
Any disturbances or no?
Just a couple moron fish.
More.
Couple of dork-fishes.
Yeah, just keep your eyes open for a couple fish with spears. And
Were they
not a lot
arguing
of
about whose was bigger?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Yeah, Kotar.
Okay.
Are they
There's a storm
tasty?
coming in too. We should find out next time.
Of course there is.
So I don't know if you can do anything about that. Considering your
I
God
can
has.
shake my fist at the clouds.
Yeah. Well, what is your
That's
god the
about
god
it.
of again?
Mostly ships and traversing the sea.
Okay. Storms don't have anything to do with traversing the sea at all. You can't really kind of like. There's no wiggle room there.
No, the whole temperament of the sea was his sister,
Okay.
for the most part. And now I'll assume that's their mother?
What, they don't have a good relationship?
Well, no. If you haven't been following, long story short is that we, like, people, convinced
Yeah.
Valcor that his sister was, too dangerous.
Oh, that
and
was him.
Fucking with us. Yeah, that was him.
Oh.
And then he killed his
dude.
sister.
Oh yeah. No, okay. Oh, that was your guy.
Yeah, that was my guy.
Oh, that's our bad. I'm so sorry, man.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I renounced them and died. So yeah, I'm quite sorry.
It's honestly, as apologies go, that's pretty high up there.
20 on my insight.
I'm not gonna roll to contest it. I'm genuinely sorry.
Yeah, I've been meaning to try and, talk to him.
Mhm.
I'm just terrified of the answers.
So I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. You're the priest of a god that you're giving the silent treatment to?
When you put it that way. No, it's just, what if I ask him, what if we do talk? What if my questions anger him? What if he decides not to help me anymore? What am I to you then? I'm just useless.
First of all, thanks. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, if your god isn't willing to work with you, then is he your god?
Well, so far, yeah.
Okay.
I can
Well,
still-
if he's still helping you, then maybe the answers aren't as scary as you think.
I just really don't want to. But I know I have to.
Listen, when my loyalties were questionable, my patron didn't give me any wiggle room. They let me know.
Fair
And
enough.
We'll be dealing with that later, for sure.
Oh no, and the DM smiles and nods.
It's almost like that Jack Nicholson nod from Anger Management. We're all gonna die down here.
Like, what do you think changed?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, for Valcour, everything's exactly the same. The only thing that's changed is that you know.
It was us who convinced him to do what he did.
Yeah, like
Uh,
100 generations ago, right? And he
Uh-huh.
still chose you as one of his, one of his acolytes. So he can't hate us that much. I mean, Umberly hasn't picked
Maybe
anybody
not.
except Tweedlefuck and Tweedlefuck the second.
Weren't they Lexica and Strobos?
Yeah, but I don't like using their real names because it's funnier if I don't.
I'll just call him the Bluesome Twosome.
You see? Fidget gets real serious for a second though, and he just leans in and he goes, "No, it's names have power. That's what the living word is.
Hmm.
It's the power of knowledge."
So
So
voodoo. Hoodoo? You do.
Who do the
Sorry, I couldn't help
voodoo,
myself.
bitch?
So yeah, I don't use their names because it takes some of their power away.
Yeah.
With Valcour, I think we kind of need him.
Yeah, I just don't exactly know what other help he's gonna be able to provide. 'Cause can't go sailing. And boats will end up, if we get on a ship, it'll probably end up like this one that we're sleeping in.
Maybe. Maybe not. I feel like there's someone we could ask to be sure.
But I really don't wanna. I just don't.
Okay. Well,
But
can we
now
find
I'm
the horses?
gonna because I have to.
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
No pressure, right?
Good talk.
Yeah, great talk.
Oh.
Let me know how it goes. I'm gonna go crash. If you want some crab
Yeah.
meat, it's sizzling on the fire right now. Feel free.
No. Surprisingly, I'm actually allergic to shellfish.
You're allergic to shellfish? Okay, more for me.
You're so offended by that. It's like, oh, you're allergic? Okay, fuck you. Okay.
Fuck
No.
you.
Honestly, can I tell you what was happening there? Fidget was like, "Oh, now I know how to kill him."
Oh,
Eh,
okay,
great.
great.
Sorry,
Good.
Fidget's evil.
All right, Batman.
And after he brought you back to life.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. No,
This is what I get.
He can't help but like the information. That's all.
I'm just gonna catalog that somewhere. I'm just gonna put it in a drawer, in a cabinet, in a room, in a library.
Well, depending on how the conversation with Valcour goes, we might have to make decisions. We'll see how it goes.
Or you might just wake up and find me just a stain on the sand.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Oh
Now
boy.
Instead of one like exploding mark on the sand, now there's two, and one of them is decidedly larger than the other. Who exploded a giant crab?
I don't know.
Oh no. Oh.
The crab has red hair. Uh-oh.
They salsified him!
Jasmine, no.
Oh my god.
Alright. So Fidget, you head to bed?
Yeah, totally. Well, I eat a little crab, and then I hit the hay.
As in, you eat the smallest of the crabs, or you eat a little bit of the crab?
Well, I've taken it out, like, I took it out of the shell and got it ready, and then just, sizzled it up over the fire and had a few bites. Now I'm going to bed.
Okay. Rendell, can you roll me a perception check for your watch flip?
Oh boy. This
I
should
hope you
go.
roll high, because I didn't.
22?
That'll do. So, Fidget goes to sleep, and there's about 5 minutes of silence.
Okay. Do you think he's asleep now? Well, I don't know. You're gonna have to go check. Why do I always have to go check? Because we've talked, Creek. We've talked about this, okay? I have the bigger spear. We're not doing this again. Just go check and see if they're all asleep. Okay, fine.
The answer is no. They're not.
You hear 2 splashes.
Fucking hate Kotar. They're so stupid. But never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
That's true.
And they have nets.
And they have nets. Those pesky, pesky nets.
So how's it going, Nix? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, I guess, all things considered.
Oh, it's good to hear.
Yeah. No, yeah, everything's fine.
Well, that's good.
It's great.
So I'm not good with small talk either, so if
No, yeah.
you want me to just...
So awkward.
If you just want me to shut up, I'll shut up.
I mean, like, we could talk about the weather? No, that's still small talk. We could just both sit here quietly. Or you could talk to your god, like you said that you might.
Yeah, I guess I should. And Randall will take off his little bracelet that he has and start, just sit with it in his lap.
Listen, if anybody understands not really wanting to do the thing that they've been divinely chosen to do, it's me. So I'm going to tell you, if you really don't want to do it, just tell them you did.
I have a feeling that if I did that, it will somehow come back to catastrophically bite me in the ass.
Probably.
Yeah, you played with this game
Okay.
before.
Yes, I have.
Oh, it's my fault? What?
That you have the
No!
memory of an elephant? Yes.
Yeah.
No! I will not give you guys a blue rock 42 sessions later.
I still resent that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would take no opportunities to mess with you. Listen, I take that personally. Honestly, that hurts. That hurts my feelings.
Everyone, if the DM is smiling, it's already too late.
All right. So yeah, Nyx agrees that it's probably bite you in the ass. But again, shit happens.
I'm just gonna go somewhere. Do you mind? I won't be far. So if anything happens, yell. I'm gonna go have a talk with a god.
Yeah, don't go too far. I really can't see in like that far into the dark.
Yeah, me neither. I'm glad those Kuatara were talking because I couldn't see them.
I couldn't see them either. Okay,
Alright.
I'll be here.
And Randall's just gonna walk probably like 10 feet away and like plunk himself down on the ground or the boat, wherever the hell he is. He can't see. Alright. Captain of the waves. Oh, could really use. I don't know. What the hell is even happening?
So as you sit, listening to the sounds of the waves and just smelling that ocean breeze, you can't help but feel like this is still where you belong.
What? What are we even supposed to do against this? Just muddle all the way through? Hope for the best? Oh. What if I'm not good enough?
There is a rumble of thunder in the distance.
Yeah, storm. I can't. A storm. I can't do anything against.
So you hear like a creak, and then one of the pieces of lumber of the boat falls over and rests on top of the halberd that has been discarded on the ground.
It's just got dropped on the ground. Hey man, I wasn't in charge of it. Don't be rude.
Barenthazar, what are you doing with my stick?
Stepping on the beach.
We're going to have words in the morning, Lieutenant.
All right. Talk about you and your girlfriend.
He brought the stick out. He didn't really mention that he brought it back in, so I took some artistic liberties. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. It'll make for
Oh yeah,
great role
it's,
playing in the
it's
future.
him that I'm mad at.
Pick up the piece of lumber and move it, and pick up the wind lance. What is this out here?
The spear measuring competition.
That didn't go well for you guys, by the way.
Mostly
I
because the
think-
creature with an intelligence of 2 got into a semantic argument with us.
Well, yeah, it went from a shaft measuring competition to a.
Actually, that's
outdurking
technically a
competition.
halbert. So, actually, no, it's
It's the length of the shaft. Don't.
I don't feel like they would have been that smart.
it's all right. Moving on.
So what is this doing out here? You don't know. It's in the sand, and a piece of wood fell on it. Ooh.
Ooh.
That salt water is hard on steel.
Yes, it is.
Damn it, Bronthazar.
I mean, I also never said I let go of it.
I know. I said I took artistic liberties.
Let's not ruin the moment.
Otherwise, it's gonna fall on you while you're fucking sleeping. You just hear a thunk. Oh my god, Bronthazar's the key.
So, I could use some direct counsel.
The sound of the waves just continue to crash against the shore.
Oh,
Did you call your god yet?
yeah, I did.
How'd it go?
There was some thunder rumbling in the distance, and a plank of wood fell on the wind lance.
Okay.
I am not overly sure what to make of all that.
Hmm. No, yeah. Neither do I.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood. But they shouldn't have left a windlass out here. It's going to get all rusted.
Oh yeah, Bavidius is gonna be pissed. You should probably just not tell him it was out here.
Get some mineral oil on that thing.
Yeah.
So either he doesn't want to help or he can't.
I mean, outside of still helping me and letting me borrowing his bit of his power. Guess he doesn't really want to help you. Or just can't.
Listen, you're the cleric, not me.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of a crisis of faith at the moment.
I noticed. You could renounce them and die. That worked for Fidget.
I could. Any of you have any fancy tricks to bring me back?
No, I'm legitimately joking.
I can
So I'll
only
just be
hook you
dead,
up.
dead.
If you die, I will kill you.
Oh, what?
If you die,
Yeah. I will kill you.
You're going to have to get in line for that. There's already another angry druid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I got that to keep me going.
I don't know. How did you talk to him before? Did you ever talk to him before?
Once, when I got tossed overboard when I was a lot younger and whacked my head. I figured as soon as I went over, everything started going dark, and I figured that's it. Next thing I knew, I woke up on a beach. There was a guy beside me. Didn't recognize him. I wasn't part of the crew that I was with. I asked who he was. He just told me to go to a temple. And then I'll see. So I did.
So he's one of those cryptic ones.
Yeah. It could also be that I'm pretty sure when the whole killing his sister thing went down, the mom was not so happy about that, and kind of took a lot of his power.
So we're leaning more towards the can't side instead of the won't.
Yeah, he's doing what he can, I suppose.
Okay. So what are you gonna
What?
tell Fidget?
I tried to talk to him. He made some, well, I don't know if it was him. There was a rumble of thunder. A piece of wood fell on the windlass. I guess I'm going to tell him he's doing what he can. Just wish I had a better idea of what I'm supposed to be doing.
I wasn't listening to your conversation. So was I supposed to be?
No,
Okay, because I
no.
figured that you praying to your Sky Daddy was probably a private moment. So
God Daddy, really?
yeah.
I guess that's fair. Kind of put your dad as what did I call him? Daddy Druid. So,
Yeah, no, that
or also Big Foxman.
yeah. That is also a relatively apt description. Realizing that you and I are a little more alike than I thought previously.
Yeah, I'm not liking that.
No, yeah, I don't
Um,
like relating to people. It's not my forte. If you wanted to have
Yeah.
a deep emotional conversation, you should have picked somebody else to take watch with. Just
Well, that's the problem. They all needed their sleep, so
yeah.
you drew the short stick. Sorry.
Mhm.
Well, I did.
I think you did.
Unless I count that big plank that fell on the windlands, then that's a pretty big stick.
Try hitting
Well,
yourself in the
it's
head
good
with
that-
it to talk to your god.
It's good that we don't make arbitrary decisions based on the size of pieces of wood, now don't we?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, we would never do that.
We would never do that.
Never do that.
Mm-mm.
I would-
Wouldn't even dream of it.
So why do you guys all do what Bavidia says? Because I'm not doing it because of the windlance.
Because I don't want to lead.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's a good reason too.
Because if I had the plan, we'd all probably been dead in Stormfell.
We'd all still be traveling west.
Well, I mean, we still are traveling west.
Swear to God. I swear to
It's
myself.
never gonna end.
Waves fall and everybody dies.
I'm gonna just tidal wave all your asses and we're done.
Roll the characters.
The water recedes, you see this 100-foot wave coming across. Yeah, no.
Mm,
Don't bother
Yeah.
rolling any saves because you can't. It's fine.
Yeah, Valkor's just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck them.
Waterfalls, everyone dies.
Hold that.
do we still need to get to an island to reach a city?
We're not
Eventually,
going.
but
Yeah.
you're not going there yet.
Okay. I was going to ask if Rendell, you could make this boat seaworthy.
Domino just sits straight up out of his sleep, like, can you make this boat seaworthy?
It's been
Yes,
on my
it's pretty-
mind.
You can meditate.
He was
So.
just drinking. He was just sitting there like, we could take the boat. 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 We could take the boat.
This one?
He's an elf, so his
Right.
trance is probably done by now.
Yep. The moment you sit up next, is like, oh, thank God, and just goes and lays back in her bedroll.
Well, yes, I could fix it up. It would take me quite a while,
We could help.
but then I'm more worried about what put that very large hole into it, being out in the water.
Perhaps we tie some rope to the halberd. We can harpoon something large.
You can certainly try.
I wake up at this point. What are we talking about?
Domino wants to harpoon whatever put that hole in the ship.
Yeah, I really don't feel like meeting a sea serpent or a dragon turtle or anything like that.
Would make for a great story.
If we survive.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
other
that someone else
people
would have to
all
tell.
about us.
Yeah.
A 3-hour tour.
What?
As much as I love the sea and sailing, I really don't want to do that right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll trust your judgment. You are the sailor of the group.
But
Maybe that's why you didn't get. Sorry. Maybe that's why you didn't get an answer.
Why? Because I'm not sailing?
Yeah, and you don't want to.
Why do you have to make sense? Why?
Okay, I'll just go back to sleep then. Fuck me, I guess.
No, yeah, that's it. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
Is it the fucking Kuatoa again?
No.
Splash.
I think Bovidius slinks downstairs and crawls into his bedroll at this point.
The walk of
Roll stealth.
shame.
Roll stealth.
Yeah,
No, no.
Major.
No walk of shame. You do the stride of pride.
That's
Hey. That's an 8 on stealth.
Boom, boom, boom.
I look around and see everybody looking at me and say, "That squawking will haunt me till the day I die."
Fidget just sits up in his bedroll and just goes,
I crawl into my bedroll and pull it over my head.
proud of you, man.
Let me be unbelievably clear. I said cuddle.
And everybody knows cuddle is foreplay.
But listen, I don't want to metagame. Jump to conclusions.
Everything's fine. Everything's great. It's fine.
Mm.
It's okay. Just keep playing.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is
Nothing
great.
going wrong. It's fine. Good.
Oh, it looks like someone grilled crab. How fortunate.
Yeah, feel free.
It's very nice of you.
You can thank the weird fish people because I think they chased the crab onto the shore.
No, we didn't.
Interesting.
Here.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Bovidius suddenly sits bolt upright and is like, "Where's my helmet?"
I died.
It's
For
moved an
whatever
inch
re-
to the left.
I tried to put it back in exactly where it was.
Why is it covered in sand?
You left it outside when you decided to go.
I did nothing of the sort.
Or-
I left it leaning
Yes,
here
that's
against the
yeah.
wall.
No, Fidget, roll me a deception check.
Okay.
Because this is going to be fucking hilarious if he rolls really high.
21.
Oh no. Do 8.
Oh, yeah.
You're pretty sure you didn't leave it outside.
I know I didn't leave it outside. I just don't know why you would lie to me about it. I'm sure you
Not
just
lying.
misunderstood.
I went out for watch and there it was.
Somebody else must have moved it. Domino, did you move my wind lance?
I would never touch your weapon. That is very disrespectful to a warrior.
Indeed. And surely the lieutenant would understand better than to do that.
Absolutely, sir.
Against you, I'm gonna roll an insight. It's a 6!
He did mention some fish creatures earlier.
Rolling that one on your deception, please.
11.
Damn it!
I don't know.
Sights.
I don't know how it ended up outside. I just found it out there
I
after a
love when
plank
you're
fell
all
on it.
successfully gaslighting.
I know. Well, thank you for retrieving it, Rendell.
Oh, I didn't want it to get rusty. Sea salt's a
Oh.
bitch.
Well, the enchantment should be sufficient proof against that, but certainly I would have hated to see it stolen.
Yeah, there were a couple Kuato outside.
Ooh, yes, I understand they have quite the penchant for absconding with spears.
It's not a spear.
Yeah, they have a whole thing. They have a whole thing about whoever has the biggest spear is the leader.
Ooh, then that would likely be quite a prized implement among their culture.
Not a
Yeah,
spear.
it's ridiculous. I mean, can you imagine
Seriously?
determining leadership based on
Hang on.
size?
Wait a minute. Grab the halberd. Poke my head outside. Who said that?
Nobody?
Is he in line of sight? With me poking my
No,
head outside of the ship?
Nope.
Come closer and find out. Disembodied voice.
I'm gonna pop downstairs and check on the eggs.
Yeah, the eggs are fine.
Okay.
You guys have successfully, inadvertently guarded these eggs.
Great.
And so Foot comes down the stairs smoking a cigarette like, oh my god, I needed that.
I needed that platonic cuddle so bad.
Yeah. That's
He
definitely what it
rubbed,
was.
he rubbed my feet and everything.
Oh,
The
To
fact
make
that
you
she
two
was
married?
I'm not even gonna say it.
isn't that like a wedding tradition?
Yeah. Not in my culture.
Mhm.
But it might be in the Harpies culture.
Her loss.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's give it a try. I roll an 18 on performance. As Foot comes down into the hold, I bow deeply and say, "My lady Foot, we successfully defended your eggs from the fearsome fish people. In return, I have but one humble request. For our future travels, we require horses. Could you possibly use your beautiful plumage to find us a possible stable, since your vantage would be so much higher than ours?"
Oh, I can probably do that. Oh, we gonna ride horses on the beach, Bubba?
We all look at it. We all look at
I know you
Louis.
ain't talking to me.
Horses may be ridden on the beach by certain people.
Yeah. I like where this is going.
He visibly shudders. What have I done?
But yeah, no, I can totally find you guys some horses if you want me to. But valiantly guarded my eggs from those pesky purloining fish people.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, that's all the formality I could handle for the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah, I used a really big word, and it made me feel a little bit better.
I feel the same way. Oh my god.
Oh god.
So do you want me to go find those horses now, or do
Yes,
you want to like?
please.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
No, I have some more tuna if you guys want to have breakfast.
Oh, I actually got some crabs.
They make
so
crabs?
I'm feeling okay. Yeah. I ate crab. Yeah, it's delicious.
Oh my god, I love crabs.
So
I'm gonna
the
need a checkup.
horses. Yeah, I think you're gonna need to lay on hands there, Domino.
Cure disease?
But I don't
Yeah.
want to touch.
No, I'll get to try out my spirit guardian's trick.
The conversation is over. All right.
Oh no.
I think everybody's dying.
We're all dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been
Okay,
dying for
so-
months.
She immediately just she's like, okay, you're gonna watch the eggs and I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
watch them.
Yeah, no, I can use my morning, flight, the calisthenics and all that. So I'll go find some horses. How many do we need?
Well, there's 6 of us.
I doubt that I'm gonna be able to find that many. Maybe like 2, 3, maybe.
Any
I
that
mean,
you
if we
can
get her-
find will suffice.
The fire kind
Okay.
of made it, a little hard. And horses don't like fire. Most actually living things don't like fire. It's pretty common hatred. You know that reptilian part of our brains just like viscerally hates fire.
Any that you can find will be appreciated.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. And so she takes off and flies up into the sky to go find you guys some horses, and that seems like a pretty safe place to end it for this evening. So, thank you to our sponsors, D&D Beyond, Effects May Vary. Make sure you check out our Patreon. Make
Pornhub.
sure you check out our merch page. Make sure you check out the other streams on this channel. There's Abomination Alley that happens on Tuesdays, and False Skull and Nights that happens on Wednesdays. Don't tell them that we sent you, but rumor has it they absolutely love getting swear timers put on them. Or party appreciations. That's also their favorite thing.
Yes.
They love those so much. So you should go watch them and do those things because they appreciate it. And does anybody have any shows coming up?
Autopollo's playing the Red Papaya in Guelph next Friday. Next Friday.
Question mark?
No, it's next Friday for sure.
Okay.
And one of my bandmates from Mute Sounds is also in a band called Daybreak, and they're playing across the street the same night. So we'll be basically raiding each other's shows and making chaos for the entire neighborhood. It's going to be great.
Sounds like
What is
fun.
the date of next Friday for people watching this on the VOD?
Yeah, let me check my calendar. 23rd, May 23rd.
That's not next Friday.
Yeah, it is.
Next. Oh no, okay. This is the
This
weird
Friday's the
thing.
16th.
But,
Next
like,
Friday's
coming
the
Friday.
23rd.
Okay. I always
Yeah.
do the next Friday as the closest Friday. Whatever. We're gonna just yeah.
Okay, I get you. So the Friday the 23rd, for anybody who has any confusion,
That I've
I'll be
created.
playing the Red Papaya, and Daybreak will be playing another venue that I don't quite know, but you should look them up. Daybreak are awesome. Anyway, that's me.
Okay. So I think I've said everything that I'm morally obligated to. So if you've made it this far, don't tell anybody else, but you're one of our favorites. And the best thing that you can possibly do is, share the stream, hit the like button, do all the stuff that we should encourage you to do. You should build the QR code for the stream in Lego and then just leave it in your local Lego store.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Quick announcement on the music front. I
cool.
wanted to throw it in there. After multiple editions, looks like we have found a guitarist for our live shows. So
Congrats. That's awesome. Nice.
The spell has a guitarist. Stateside now. Yay.
Wicked. That's great.
All right, that's all.
So, yeah, I think that's everything. So with that, we're going to wish everybody a good night, and we will see you in 2 weeks.